You have received the package with your smoke machine, and now we will figure out how to operate it and how to turn it on for the first time. So the first thing we need to do is remove the bottom cover. I will immediately point out that there is no threading here. We simply twist, pull it out, and see. Here, look, there is this kind of plug that needs to be connected once to your smoke machine. There is a hole on the battery, you will see it. We carefully insert the plug there. This is done once, or you can disconnect your battery in case you are flying or traveling somewhere. In general, for long transportation, there is no need to unplug it every time. Next, we assemble everything, as it was. Now we need to screw in the tubes. The long tube is screwed in from the side of the button. We screw it in. If the thread is difficult to screw in, I recommend lubricating it with glycerin. Keep that in mind. Life hack. Screwed in. The second tube from the other side. I want to reiterate that if the tube is not going in well, and you see that it is going in crooked, do not force it in with pliers or other tools, because you might strip the thread, and then you'll have a device with a loose tube. It's very unpleasant. Next, we open the top cover. Just like this, we grab the knobs and gently pop open the top cover. Next, we take glycerin. My smoke device has already been used, so inside it's all wet like this. Yours is dry right now. That's normal. We take glycerin and pour it into the lid of the smoke machine. Pour enough to just cover the bottom. There, the bottom is covered. That's enough. You don't need to pour a lot, otherwise it will leak from the tubes. Next, we close the lid. All right, I have a little glycerin that came out here. I'll wipe it off to make it more pleasant to work. Oh, I inserted the tubes incorrectly. You can carefully turn the lid the way we need it. Next, we carefully press the button once, hold it and blow into this short tube. Press Verwaltungstableau. It worked. Now, apparently there's a bit too much glycerin. Let's blow it out like this. Once more. It's very important. If you start blowing first and then press the button, there will be less smoke. Now I'll show you how it is. There is smoke, but not enough of it. So first press, hold for 2 seconds, then blow. The result is completely different. Next, what I would like to draw your attention to is the charging. Your smoke machine charges right here. We open it again and see the place where the charger is inserted. Here we have a micro USB, a standard charger. Insert the phone charger, and if you look closely, it's not very obvious. But if you peek in, you'll see a red, GIF, or orange light come on. This means the smoke machine is charging. When the light turns blue, it means the smoke machine is fully charged. The smoke machine usually takes several hours to charge. 3 to 4 hours is generally enough to charge the battery. I usually leave it charging overnight and always keep the smoke machine in a charged state. How long does the charge last? This question is somewhat rhetorical, as everyone uses it differently at their events. The smoke machine is used in various ways. Some people have an entire act based solely on smoke, while others use just 1 or 2 bubbles. So I'll put it this way. I know for sure that if the smoke machine is fully charged, it will last you. But for 6 events for sure, meaning you can work from morning till evening for 6 events. In the evening, please put your smoke machine on charge. This is important. I would also like to draw your attention to the fact that cables can vary, and some cables. And the plug itself may charge faster, while others slower. This is also important, and make sure the cable is in good condition. Pay attention to this definitely. What is very, very important is how you can damage your smoke machine. You press the button and hold it for a long time without blowing into it. Or even if you are blowing, but you just keep the button pressed continuously. The top cover heats up. It can even burn out. As long as I've been talking, I've been holding it, and the cover has already become very hot. You shouldn't do this. Not only can you burn out the coil, which is replaceable, I'll mention this now, but you can also damage the body of the smoke machine itself. This, of course, is also unpleasant. Now about the coil. Now let's remove the top cover. Oh, I have a lot of glycerin here, so I We'll do this for the video. The coil itself looks... By the way, it's starting to smell burnt. It really smells burnt. This is because the coil is overheating. Here we have these little threads. Let's call them that. There's a spring on the threads. No need to... Look for some vapors or someone else to twist these new things for you. That's a bad idea. It's bad for the smoke machine. I recommend using our replacement coils. By the way, you have one included in the kit. I advise you to keep it. And the little tool. The one included in the kit, put it somewhere you can easily find it later in case the coil fails. Then you can purchase additional coils. From us, of course. So, what might happen? Why did the smoke machine suddenly stop producing smoke? It's charged, it has glycerin, but for some reason it's not heating up. The first thing we check is to ensure that these screws are tightened. It's perfectly normal for them not to be loose, because if contact is lost here, the machine will stop producing smoke. We also pay attention to the coil. Right now, it is in good condition, but later it may start to turn black and burnt. You can also use a wrench like this carefully, 1, 2, 3, like this. Just move it a little bit, and it's quite likely that everything will start working. Or, if you see that it is completely black, or if it has detached from one of the posts, you need to replace the coil. We have a separate video on replacing the coil. If necessary, be sure to watch it. So, what else about the smoke machine have I not told you? I haven't mentioned it can be completely submerged in water without any issues. If you drop it, most likely nothing serious will happen. The only thing you definitely need to pay attention to is transporting the smoke machine in a safe place for it. That is, don't just toss it into a common bag with all the props where the button might get pressed on the road, causing the smoke machine to burn out. Instead, keep it in a separate bag in such a way that the button doesn't get pressed. I hope that our smoke machine will serve you faithfully for a very long time. I really love it a lot, and our company spent a lot of time on this development. I am sure you will enjoy working with it.